Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Amy Simone, our newest agent. How are you today, Amy?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. So, Amy, I'm excited she joined our team, and I want to introduce her to you and everyone and find out a little bit more about who Amy Simone is. Is that
Okay,
okay?
that's wonderful.
We'll start from the beginning. Tell us a
Okay.
little bit about where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Okay, I'm originally from San Francisco, California.
Okay.
I grew up 7 years of my life over in Thailand and Hong Kong.
Really?
Yes, my stepfather was in the hotel business, and people would come up and say to me, "Oh, you're an army brat," and I said, "Nope, I'm a hotel brat."
I love that. Okay.
By the time I was in 12th grade, I'd been to 12 different schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, most probably difficult, but maybe a little exciting as well through kind of moving around. What's some of the I'm trying to think here. I've never been to 12 schools like that, but you got to learn to readapt and adapt
You
quite
do.
quickly.
I had to learn how to make friends very quickly.
Okay, so you lived overseas. Did you have to learn any of the languages there?
I actually spoke Thai fluently.
Really?
Yep. I would translate for my mother when I was 6 years old.
Wow, that's amazing. So hotel industry. I'm from Hawaii, and
Yeah.
that's one of our biggest industries
Mm-hmm.
out there. My brother actually works for Marriott out there, so definitely something near and dear to my heart. So what do you take away from that? I get that. Was it in the hospitality side of things, or was it in
Um,
the
yeah,
management?
he was in sales.
Okay,
So we got treated very well. I know that a couple of times we would have to, especially in Hong Kong, we'd have to wait for an apartment
okay,
a couple of months because there were a lot of other dignitaries there as well as presidents of different
sure.
companies. So we ended up in the hotels, and I make a joke a lot of the times that we didn't just get a mint on the bed; we got a bag of mints on the bed. So very well treated.
That's amazing. So at what age did you actually were you not overseas anymore, and did you come back here to the States?
Um, Sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Hmm.
Okay. And then after the sixth grade, were you
I was in
still out in
California
California?
again.
Okay.
Hmm.
And when did you actually move out to here in Northern Virginia?
Oh gosh,
Fast forward.
I was 30 years old.
Okay.
Um, no, 32 actually, with my second child on the way.
Okay. Excellent. And before you got, so you're in real estate now, you just launched your real estate business. What have you done up until this point in life, career wise, before you decided to become a real estate agent?
Well, I had some college, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I stopped
Okay.
um, and got into retail.
Okay.
And I didn't realize I had a creative side, but I ended up wardrobing people.
Really? Okay.
So colors, textures, um, accentuating their good points and downplaying things that were a little more challenging for people.
Okay.
Making people feel good about who they were and presenting themselves in the best way that they could.
Okay.
And then after that, moved down here and I actually got into management, retail management. For a smaller company, and then I was recruited into at that time Hex,
Mhm.
um, and was one of the managers that worked when Tyson's was becoming a two-level mall from a strip mall.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm in the original picture. Yeah, worked very hard, very many hours, but probably one of the best times that I've had.
Sure. That's very interesting. So so from the beginning that you mentioned you helped, I don't know what you said, dress people up almost, accentuate,
Wardrobe.
so wardrobe them.
Hmm.
I mean, that's a very relevant skill now that you're in real estate as well. Obviously, we're not dressing people up, but we're dressing homes up, and we're making those homes stand out and appeal to as many people as possible there. So definitely a skill set that you might be able to translate for your clients.
Well, I also homeschooled my first two children.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay.
And during that time, I actually was working with different people, friends, and say, oh, they were working on like a color for their wall or something. And I said, that color would be good. And I had done this for a couple of friends, and they said to me, you need to really get into decorating.
Mhm.
So I met a contractor who said, you need a business card, and I will work with you.
Okay.
And so he and I worked together for quite a few years. Um, and then made a transition, took some time off. When I got back into a job, I just wanted something part time. I started working at Home Depot,
Okay.
which was very different from me.
Sure.
But they put me in the appliance section, which I thought, oh my gosh, how boring could this be? I actually became very fascinated. I
Sure.
like learning, so learning that was actually very potent to this business. So not only yes, can I decorate people, if you will,
Sure.
decorate homes, stage them, um, and then also tell them about the appliances.
That's awesome. Now, you just brushed over the fact that you homeschooled your two kids. I know that's a full-time job. My mother homeschooled many of us for a short period of time until she got tired of us, I guess, and went to school. Um, how long did you do that? What is that like, homeschooling your kids?
Hmm.
That's a lot.
Well, the reason I initially got into it is because my oldest has autism.
Okay,
And at the time, the school systems weren't handling it very well.
got it.
And I realized that if I kept him in the school system, his self esteem would not have been good. Um, I didn't realize that I could do this. It was not something that I had ever planned. So we did it. I learned, got into a group of people who were homeschoolers
Okay,
and learned. I homeschooled my first two until they were in eighth grade in high school.
got it.
And then my youngest went through the school system.
Got it. That's impressive. So it's amazing what we can do when we are forced to
Put to
think
the
out the
test.
box, put to the test for people that we care about and love. That's
Yep.
awesome. Well, fast forward, and now that you're in real estate,
Hmm.
why did you decide to make that jump? Why real estate?
Well, I think in a lot of ways, I wanted to put everything together. I'd been thinking about it before. My mom's, she'd been in real estate for almost 40 years. She's a
Okay.
broker as well. So I knew a little bit about it.
Hmm.
Um, but I like helping people. That's what I've always done. But I wanted to make it more of a difference. It's just one of the biggest things you can do in your life other than getting married.
Sure.
And I wanted to make that count.
Hmm.
Um, and I felt as though I could take all the knowledge that I have had and apply it in the fact that if you really listen to people and ask them questions, you can really get them what they're looking for. And to me, that's very satisfying.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it's you hit it right on the head where most real estate agents find that satisfaction because we have skill sets and we help people, but what we're helping them with is so impactful.
Hmm.
It's not, something that's going to be just now.
It's
It's
not an appliance.
yeah. I didn't want to say it, but yes, it's not an appliance. It's a home for the appliance, which is
Hmm.
pretty impressive, and that's a long-term, big
Yep.
financial, life-changing, and an investment all at the same time. So
Yep.
I think we are lucky to do what we're doing, and I think you bring a great skill set to do that. So I'm glad you made the decision. To get into real estate. I'm glad that you joined our team as well. Why is that? Why there's so many great companies out there.
Hmm.
Why do you think we were the best fit to help you start your career?
When I first came here, I had my class here, and Jim was great.
Jim.
Loved him.
Jim Helm, shout out.
Yep.
Amazing instructor.
Yep.
Yes.
Um, Very patient. And you would introduce yourself. My first day, I was the
That's
first
right.
one here.
Yes.
I'm always prompt.
Yes.
I'm usually a little bit early. And I just thought, oh, that's interesting. And I actually was going to have been invited to join a different so,
Brokerage.
brokerage. Thank you.
Yes.
And so my mindset was in a different place at the
Hmm.
time. But as I kept coming and going for the class, I kept thinking and looking around and thinking, this is a very calm and friendly feeling environment. And I was listening, and I really felt that this team here and the structure was an incredible place for me to be able to learn what I need to learn
Sure.
in order to be successful. And so really that's why.
Okay. Well, I'm the first to admit we're not for everybody. It's all about the right fit. And I
Hmm.
felt from the beginning that you're a perfect fit for our team. I'm glad that you felt the same. And so we're excited to go on this journey together
Thank you.
with you. And I know we've talked offline a little bit about the business, your
Hmm.
philosophies and how you are helping your clients. So tell us a little bit, if you could sum up what your business philosophy is or how you're planning to represent your business to the public.
Well, I always have felt honesty is the best policy. I learned very young. I couldn't tell a lie. I don't have a poker face.
Sure.
But having said all that, again, it's about listening to people. There's a lot of people out there who really don't listen.
Hmm.
Um, and then asking, again, questions to get that narrowed down so that they're able to, or we're all able as a team, the client and myself, be able to make the best decision for them.
Sure. That makes sense. I recognize that with you very early on. You asked very good questions, and which is hard. It sounds weird, but it took me a while in real estate to realize beyond just listening and giving advice. Sometimes people we work with are so nervous about the process. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they should be asking, and if we don't ask it for them,
Hmm.
to them, they might be missing out or making a decision or leaving out information that they're not even thinking about. So your ability to recognize that and ask the good questions of your clients, ask the good questions of the team, I think goes very well for your business as well.
Thank
So
you.
yes, I definitely recognize that. So let's step away from business for a little bit.
Sure.
Tell us who Amy Simone is when you're not an amazing real estate agent. What do you do for fun? What are some of your hobbies?
Okay. Well, I don't think would be considered fun for everybody, but
Fun for
um,
Amy.
I am actually starting to write a book.
Really? Okay.
Hmm. And I actually write poems and prose.
Okay.
And I love nature, taking walks. I used to go camping with my kids when they
Okay.
were younger.
Like real camping
Real
or
camping, no,
okay.
real camping.
All right.
The tent, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, camping, nature, poems, and a book. Let's stop the book there. I'm very curious. What's your topic or your direction, your title maybe for the book that you're working on?
I don't know what my title will end up being, but it's going to be about you can conquer anything in life with the right mindset.
Love it. So mindset, motivation, overcoming, and achieving.
Absolutely.
Love it. I'd read that.
Well, thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
So,
One book sold.
yes, exactly, right? Let's get that to print very quick. Um, how about let's peek into the mind of a very young Amy Simone. What was most important to you at 10?
Okay, let me preface this all by saying I was a very unusual child.
Were we all? Okay.
I probably thought more seriously about things than most kids my age.
Hmm.
I had a great teacher in fifth grade, and she had us do a project. We had to interview three different people in three different fields
Okay.
that we might want to get into.
Huh.
Now, I sort of skirted the one. I actually had picked psychiatrist, veterinarian, and interior decorating.
Okay.
And the
Yes.
interior decorating kind of that
Sure.
that that was still there
Sure.
in the mix.
Hmm.
Um, so that kind of helped me along in terms of things. I also was thinking about because I traveled and I saw so many different things that I saw how devastatingly poor
Hmm.
some people could be and how lucky I was to not be in that particular situation.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't realize how poor people can actually live.
No, I think you had a very unique perspective as
Hmm.
a young child that got to travel and see all that, where
Right.
many of us don't. We've been sheltered and maybe we straight on the news, but you saw a lot of that firsthand. So definitely can give you a great perspective there.
Hmm.
That's awesome. All right. Um, Now, if I were to open up your phone, iPhone maybe, what's on your music playlist?
It's funny. I mean, I don't have a playlist per se. I
Okay.
actually use YouTube a lot because I switch music around.
Okay.
It's one week, another week. Okay. Having said that, I love classic rock,
Okay.
in particular the group Queen.
All right.
I could tell you probably anything you wanted to know about the group Queen. When I'm fascinated by something, I delve in and I will tell you anything about something,
Love it.
which I like. I like Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
I think he's an incredible writer,
Very talented.
very talented young man. Um, I love classic jazz
Okay.
and I love classical music. My favorite would be Beethoven, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is called Ode to Joy.
It's a great one. We took a whole turn there, Circle. You have every,
Almost
almost
everything.
every
Yeah,
genre
well, except rap and a couple. Actually, like my youngest actually got me into electronic music.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that's pretty cool.
All right. Well, you got a very confusing playlist, but it fulfills, you're interested. And
I don't think it's confusing. I would say I would be a very varied. I appreciate different things.
That's fair. Yes. Nowadays, with smart technology, take Netflix, for example. I got 3 kids, and 9, 5, and 3, and we all share the same account. So Netflix gets very confused about what we're watching. We got the little kid stuff. We got what my wife's watching, what I'm watching. So um, it, it's almost like your playlist is for multiple people there,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's
No,
excellent.
I'm not Sybil.
No, no. Well, I think this gave us a pretty good glimpse,
Hmm.
and I'm willing to bet there's a lot more to the story of Amy Simone. I do know that Amy's a great realtor and she's building a great business. So if you want to find out a little bit more about Amy, you're on Facebook, you're got an email, you got a cell phone, reach out to Amy and say hello, and would love to. Amy would love to sit down with you and answer any
Absolutely.
questions that you have.
Absolutely.
Amy, this is great. I appreciate you coming in today. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Amnai. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye, guys.